Connie Nickel here today for Creative Scrapbooker Magazine. I wanted to show you a wonderful new product from Brea Reese. It's watercolor ink, and some of them are glittery too. And it's this beautiful pop of intense color in a little tiny bottle, and it'll last forever. Just show you some of the cards that I made. Super quick, super easy, and actually very frugal. So here's another one, and this one too. So what I've done is I've created the background with the Brea Reese inks, and then I have printed out dingbats, free font files from the internet, printed them out, and then colored them up with these inks too. So to start, we will make our background. So take the glitter ink and just give it a nice shake, and then just put a couple of drops into a palette. So to make the background, I just water wash a piece of watercolor paper, and then you can take a little paintbrush or a water brush, and we'll just pick our color here. Let's do a little bit of red. And then what I did to add a little texture, it's a very old traditional watercolor technique, is I just sprinkled some coarse pickling salt. And you'll see, the wetter it is, the more pronounced the effect, but you'll see that where you've dropped the piece of salt, it picks up the color. And when it dries, just brush the salt off and you get these little places where the salt has removed some of the color. So depending on the color and how wet your paper was, you'll get different effects. But these are then our printed dingbats from the computer. I actually put a piece of watercolor paper in my inkjet printer and then printed out flowers, and then I printed out butterflies. There's so many dingbats, and these are all free. This is a Brea Reese water brush. You can get them in fine and medium tips. You can fill them with water, or you can just dab them in a little bit of water, and then just pick up a little color. It can be very intense, or you can add more water and make it finer. And what I would suggest too, when you cut these butterflies out, this is a Kelly Creates black marker. So when you cut them out, you're going to be losing their little antenna, and then maybe you get tired of coloring or you haven't done a perfect job. But you can just use a black brush marker and fill in the areas, and then after you put them on your card, just draw those things right back in again. And one of the things that you can also do if you want a little more texture, Momenta makes these really nice little self-adhesive stencils. This one's got different butterflies and flowers on. I didn't clean the last one, but you can stick it down. Here's some Brea Reese modeling paste. Lift it off, and it will dry very quickly. To make it really pop, I like to use foam adhesive. My go-to are these foam squares from Scrapbook Adhesives by 3L. So we'll just throw one on the back. You can fancy up the corners a little bit with these photo corners from Scrapbook Adhesives by 3L. So you can see I did that here. It just adds a nice touch, and then you mount it on the black cardstock too. And then you can either put a stamp saying, or Momenta also has these metal stickers that are really nice, and they're very quick. So they're just self-adhesive back, and we can tuck that on the card, mount it on a black cardstock and a card base, and you're done. You make this as fancy as you want. You can add a little bit of mixed media paste, or you can just be very plain. Thanks for coming by, and I hope you enjoy the technique.